Hello, everybody. This is a PTA game I had on Himmelsdorf, and this was, I think, this wasn't when I was going for the Marks of Excellence, but it was when I was trying out the new changes to the tank. And I've got to say, like, I thought this patch was a pretty good one. They fixed a few bugs. There's still a lot of bugs in this game, but a lot of the buffs to the tanks were really noticeable and necessary. Um,
Los
I
geht's.
thought the 113 buff was a bit odd because they buffed something it didn't need, but with the Leo PTA, I think they really did buff everything that it needed. Um, skipping forward a bit, nothing interesting. They buffed the DPM and they buffed the aim time kind of on the move. Two things where it really lacked behind a lot of the other tanks, particularly the DPM. The only tank it really beat was the Centurion, which is not really exciting much. That tank needs a few minor buffs, I think, to be as competitive as it used to be. The only real good thing that's got going for it is gun depression at this point. I think that's a perfect example of the power creep in this game, and it's a good thing that they buffed a lot of tanks to do something about it. So anyway, coming up the hill on Himmelsdorf, just gonna get some cheap shots sniping down to begin the game. This game wasn't really so much about the damage that I did.
Wirkungstreffer.
I did do quite a lot of damage, but it was just as much about the decisions that were made at the end. Defending the base when it's appropriate, and there's something I could learn from this game. My tunnel vision quite a lot towards the beginning. So again, just looking for some shots down. Unfortunate that that didn't hit, but those ruins down there are a bit derpy. What I thought was going on here is that we had a few more people on the hill, and apparently we did not. So sooner or later, I'm going to get rushed, and I'm going to have to get out of here. Still just looking for shots here through these buildings. Our team is fighting mostly in those windows along the 8 line and along the D line. I'm going to move along here, try and get better shots on the Panther.
Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung.
Managed to get one, what looked like into his hull, or maybe the back of the turret. And I'm going to keep doing this.
Feuer
What's
erlaubt
really
es
nice about this
erneut.
position up here,
Der ging
I'm just
voll durch ihre
noticing
Panzerung.
high
Ich sehe
rolling
sie
quite a
nicht
lot.
mehr.
What I've noticed now about the position up here is that
Wirkungstreffer.
it gives you really nice shots along the, what line is that? The G line. But the problem with it is, with the render changes, people that you can't physically spot yourself,
Der ging voll durch ihre
like the
Panzerung.
T-54 lightweight along E1, F1, they will have shots on you. So I picked up 2k
Dritte Route
damage,
getroffen.
which is pretty good.
Sie
That
können
means,
jeden
on
Moment
average, I'm high
reißen.
rolling quite a
Dritte
lot.
Runde
And
getroffen.
this is where I
Sie können
notice
jeden Moment
that I'm
reißen.
getting way, way out of position here. I took quite a lot of damage from the T-29 and the I-6 combined. Uh, I realize now that my team
Leichtschritt ist
really
gebissen.
didn't push
Mehr ruhig
appropriate
weiter wie
forces on the
vielleicht.
hill, but it's not really their fault at this point. It's more my own fault for not getting out of there sooner. So I'm at a point in time, a moment of health actually, where I can take a hit from basically anything on their team except for the T-30, which is really good. I mean, it's dumb that I'm in that situation to begin with, but if worse comes to worse, I can take a hit from something. Um, Nothing really can high roll enough. Perhaps the 75, but other than that, it's kind of nice. So using the speed of the Leopard, I got out of there. Not really quite sure what our T-34-2 is doing, but neither here nor there. Kind of important to get off the hill, obviously, because I would have died if I tried to duke it out with both the tanks over there. I
Der ging
get kind of a
voll
lucky
durch ihre
shot on this
Panzerung.
T-30, but that's kind of what you can see with the buffs to the PTA doing right there. They buffed the accuracy on the move slash aim time on the move, so that's really good for this. I'm kind of going back to shoot the tanks I was originally shooting at the beginning, but from a different angle, and I don't really have any shots on them. They're not going to come out. Try to get a cheeky shot through there, but I should have just held my shot, and I was kicking myself for not doing so. Um, Up to about 3k damage now. Damage is building fairly nicely with the DPM buffs. Now this tank is still not probably better than the AMX 30, but it's still got some nice qualities. So our 8 line is dying, which is kind of unfortunate because that's where a lot of our 2 9s were. IS-3A just fell. And now I'm going to try and get some more shots in the I-6 AT-15. That, I'm not sure. There are a lot of textures on this map, particularly around the building corners, which really just, they don't seem like they don't seem like they're there, but they are.
Wirkungstreffer.
Get a good one there in the I-6, and he didn't actually spot me with that first shot, which is just a testament to not so much the camo of this thing, but just the bad view range of that thing. And just kind of corner fighting now. Not the best thing to do. And again, I take kind of a wild shot and it hits the corner there. Kind of looking for this AT-15. And now they're starting to put pressure on the cap. It's 7-10, so we're going to have to carry this if we want to win. And behind me now, I've got this T-34-2. And
Wir haben sie.
I believe it's the 120 and I, the WZ-120 and I, if you really do a good job in this pocket at the end of the game. Got an E-75 flanking behind us, and he's the most immediate threat, so we're going to go try and deal with him. But I stop and try, look at this KV-5. I don't really want to get shot by this guy. And I kind of go for the gun mantlet, which is actually a very easy pen if you shoot straight into it. You can't really hit the sides because it'll just ricochet. But, so I'm trying to get a shot past this T-34. Not really working out. Our T-34-2 is telling me to fall back to try and defend the base, which I don't really think is that big of a priority considering there's only one person that's going to be on. And interestingly, something I didn't notice when I was playing this, but the IS-6 that we worked down just a moment ago in the cap circle is not the same IS-6 that pushed me on the hill. I thought it was. So we're going for a shot here in the AT-15, and for some reason it bounces. It looked like I hit the weak spot right on. And the T-34-2, again, I have no clue what this guy's doing. Put another shot into the IS-6, high roll nicely, and this 120 is on a low roll. So what I do is I decide to try and tank the shot from the IS-6, and interestingly, I actually only absorb it in my tracks. So a spot of luck there. Haven't really gotten lucky much this game, and I'm getting close to 5k damage. So what I'm planning on doing is taking the hit for this 120, and I pick up the quick kill on the ST-1 there, and I try and get in front of our WZ-120. I don't want this guy to die. We're starting to pull ahead in this game, and I don't want us to throw away the possible win here. I go for the IS-6 there, and he doesn't push, interestingly, and it's because of the 120 that I was trying to keep alive a moment ago. So I put a shot into the lower plate, the unangled lower plate of the IS-6, take a hit from the AT-15, and actually, because that AT-15's average roll is 230, I can reliably, well, somewhat reliably, take a hit. The 120 dies, and I can reset the cap with a good shot into his cupola. And from here, it's basically just an easy win, because if I, for some reason, get high rolled, or if I die, actually bounce a shot, I don't remember that. If I die, we're still going to cap, and this guy doesn't have a hope in hell of getting back. So just looking for his cupola, I'm pretty much the perfect height for doing this. Get another nice shot into him, and like I said, from here it's pretty much GG. I actually try and get a shot through this little bit here, but I don't think it's going to work out. Eventually, I think I just rush him. Or actually, no. I bait a shot, and then I go. Alright, I actually didn't remember the end of that, but anyway. So that's the game. This was just one of the first games I played on the way to test this tank out after the buffs. And honestly, 2 thumbs up to Wargaming for buffing some of the tanks that were needing some buffs. I played the 113 quite a lot, but I still don't really like it. Anyway, though, Leo PTA, great tank now. I thought it was all right before the thing, the buff, but it is wonderful now. So I got another game coming, and I don't remember if I saved the post-game stats. We'll see. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next replay. So I do actually have the post-game results after I uploaded it to a replay website. And I managed to get high caliber and defender, obviously, for the damage and then for resetting the base. I really didn't get any spotting this game. I was basically like chai sniping the beginning of the game and then up close at the end. I managed to pick up about 15k win 8, so pretty good result there. Almost 100k credits gross and about 1500 XP, which is quite nice. I wasn't actually running a premium account this game. And one thing that you noticed, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I don't run any heat in this tank. I think that 268 pen is amazingly good, Plus, it's APCR, which is just the best type of ammo in the game, I think. And so I got my way to 94% on Mark of Excellence without using any heat in this tank. I really am not going out of the way to say that heat is bad or anything. I don't have a problem with heat or firing premium when you need it. But it just goes to show that this tank is very capable in the right hands and in the right play style. So I got 121 assistance damage, like I mentioned. Where does it say? 73 base defense, which is pretty nice. Some on the IS-6, but most on that AT-15 at the end. We got a few other people here. T-34 had a good game. Yag Tiger had an amazing game. He almost did 6k damage himself, which is really great. Good thing we were able to get him a win. And then in our detailed report, we can see we only actually made 6.2k credits because of that non-premium account. But if we were running premium, I don't think that's accurate. If we were running premium, we would have made about 30k, maybe even less than that. But 6.6k damage done. About 1600 was from 300 meters, so a little bit of sniping, but a lot of close range stuff. 10 enemies damaged, which is nice, and the game took about 8 minutes long to happen. So those are the post-game stats. Thank you, and I do have another replay coming up. This time it's the 3-mark game. Thanks. All right, here's my last game in the Leo PTA. Sand River, and my first sort of thought when I went into this game was our team is a whole lot better than theirs. I need to be aggressive and do my part so I get a lot of damage. Kind of a selfish way to look at a game, but I was going for 3 marks of excellence. That's not really it's not really uncommon to hear if you're going for marks. Somebody on our team, our T-32, actually says that we got like a 90% chance to win, so hopefully we can make the most of that. What I normally do on this map is go towards the middle, up in this area here, and you get some really nice hull-down spotting for your team. One thing I should note is on my mini-map, I don't think I spotted anybody, so I can do this. If you look at my mini-map, the blue circle is not representative of my view range. It's actually max plus a little bit because I have optics and a really good crew. So, note that. Get a nice shot into the 1390, spotting him. I think he took a couple hits there. Yeah. And spot a guy down south. I think that's actually the T-37 spotting. And this is a really nice position also because if you scoot up just a little bit, you will have shots on these people. So, MT-25, got a really nice shot on him. Love the Leo PTA gun, super accurate. And I'm going to try to get a shot on this 25-2. I don't really remember. No, I don't get a shot. Alright. And another thing that really helps in this game that there's no arty. Obviously that couldn't help anymore. Blind shot on the IS-3A. More than likely it didn't do anything, but it did. So that's cool. Get another shot on him. High roll slightly. And need to kill the Skoda because he's in a really good tank, but he's getting shreked on his own, so probably don't need to do a whole lot there. I get a really nice shot and a high roll on him to kill him. And looking at the map now, just for a moment, we've kind of cleared out the north, which indicates that besides this 1390, everybody's basically either camping base or down south, which is really good for me, because I'm going to get a lot of free shots. Auto aim at the T-44, so I can basically hit him anywhere, so just going for center of mass. Our Type 59 and TVP are not really moving up, which is really good for me because they're very good players and I don't want them stealing my damage. We spot an IS-3 kind of in the middle, and they're base campers. Interesting that a Tiger 2 is there, but I'm not complaining. Get a Scorpion on their sights. I auto-aim, probably not the best thing to do there since he was moving, but I felt like even if he was moving, if I did just clip him, I would pen by overmatching. Take a shot at the IS-3, hopefully that one hit. M103 is peeking up, so I might be able to get a shot on him. And kind of a stalemate in the north now because all the base campers are keeping light tanks at bay. Did a good job leading that IS-3 until he stopped,
and can't really predict that very well. Trying to get a shot on him,
Wir haben sie nicht
and
mal
I
angekratzt.
only hit his spaced armor or something. Maybe it went low into his tracks, I don't know. But those IS-3s, man. Weird armor. So just aim for his front. Now that shot, on the other hand, was really lucky. It looked like it went wide and hit his outside frontal plate, one that was angled away from me, but somehow it still penned. And that's where the 268 pen really comes in handy. Picking up third kill, 3k damage, so pretty decent game so far. Get an amazingly good shot on that M103. I don't think I was actually really going for his track there, but I managed to clip it and do damage, which is really nice. Really good for my mark of excellence, because assistance damage helps as well. For this KV5 now, those things are just fat bags of damage. So fun to shoot those things. Going for an opportunity shot on this T30, and that's really one thing that I think makes a difference between a good player and a great player, is how many shots you go for out of opportunity. Like, I could just keep dumping shots in this KV5, and that would be fine, but there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to shoot the T30 again after that. So what I wanted to do is spread out my damage a little bit, shoot what I could, but then come back to what was guaranteed later on the KV5. So we're moving on now, and I'm loading heat in this tank for the T95. If I have to shoot the Tiger II, well, bummer. Look at the T30, but all I can see is his turret, so I'm not really gonna... I took a shot, but it definitely didn't hit. But I killed the Tiger II, our TVP, and now it's kind of going to be a stalemate with this T95 until I can get around and start shooting heat at his lower plate. As I mentioned in the first replay, I don't really like shooting heat in this tank. I don't really like shooting heat in general, but I feel like the T95 is one of those tanks that merits that. I know that I'm going to take a hit here, but turns out it wasn't reloaded, or it's just too slow on the trigger, and I managed to pick up the kill, sitting at about 5.2k damage now. I don't know if I'm going to get a shot on this T30, but I'm going to load back into the APCR. I consider loading, keeping heat loaded just so I could get the guaranteed extra damage, but I'm not going to be that guy. I'll just load the APCR. Aim time on this tank is really nice after the buff, as is the DPM. I do go for the track there, but doesn't hit, and I almost get the next shot, but nope. So that was my last game in the PTA. I don't really want to play this anymore, even though I got camo right before this game on the tank, and I kind of like to use it so I get something out of it, but it's okay. I got the post-game stats in a separate segment, and I will get to those in a moment. So here are my post-game stats for the game. I managed to pick up my mark, which is really good. It's what I was going for, why I'm not playing the tank anymore. Managed to pick up Tank Sniper, High Caliber, Confederate for all the damage that I did. I did end up hitting my blind shots. Got my Ace Tanker, 53k damage, 1.2k credits. Sorry, experience. And I managed to hit about 6,500 damage with the 2 or 3 blind shots I made. And a lot of that was sniping, obviously, so I got my Tank Sniper. Managed to kind of outstrip the rest of the team, which is really good. Our better players managed to not impede my progress too much, having alright games themselves. And looking at the final page, I actually made credits that game, even though I was running a standard account, and I had a few premium shots to fire. And that's mainly because I didn't have to take any hits that game. I was able to just sit in the back and snipe. Not really my playstyle, but at the same time I was going for marks, so what you gotta do. Managed to pick up 725 assistance, which is not much at all, but it was good enough to help get that mark finished off. And I find that when you get close to a mark of excellence, you really need this damage here, this 725, this assistance damage through tracking or spotting. But anyway, it only took 5.5 minutes to do that battle. 21 shots fired, so pretty good hit ratio there. Managed to pen most of those, hit almost all of them. So anyway, yeah, pretty good game in the Leo PTA. Managed to get my mark, and hopefully I will get the Leo 1 soon. I got a lot of credits, but I think I just spent a lot of them. So I'll have to grind those out. Anyway, though, thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.